Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 7 video, bringing you a Latias team. Now, Latias has been the forgotten dragon type of this generation alongside Latios because everyone has been using all their fancy new Dragapult, which kind of deals with Latias and Latios on both stabs. But we have the Castleberry to deal with Dragapult this time around, since I feel like most of the time they're going to go for the Ghost type move. I don't know why, I just have that feeling. Like, if you have the option of going for both, you might as well go for the Ghost type because you have the immunity on the Dragon move with the Fairy type switching. So, we have the Castleberry here on the Latias. Along with a very supportive Latias set, we're running the Latias with Tailwind, while also having Bulldoze for our friend over here, Metagross. This is just like the second day of us abusing weakness policy Metagross, but you know what? It's a very interesting way to set up the Metagross. The only problem is that if we see a Dragapult, we still have to be very worrisome because that is just like a double Ghost weakness right off the bat. So that's just something to keep in mind. We also do have the Incineroar here that I did kind of glance over to help us deal with our Ghost type weakness a little bit, and also to help us with the Fake Out, with the Intimidate, and the constant, nuisance of an Incineroar. Amoonguss is also here for redirection in case we have to go that route. We do have the Kobe Bear on Amoonguss just to help us a little bit there with some flying type attacks. Not that we're too weak to it right now because we do have like a steel type on the team, but it's always like Amoonguss's biggest threat. My other option was Yaki Berry. I don't know whether I prefer one or the other. It's kind of just a toss up. What do you think is more popular? And I went for the Koba simply because there are so many flying types in the meta and the popularity of Thundurus is very obvious. So Kobe Bear there. Also, Amoonguss helps with sporing things with redirection and stuff like that. We have the Rotom here. Just kind of like another lead that we have on this team. We have the Rotom lead with the Amoonguss. We go for the Rage Powder and the Nasty Plot on the Rotom. Also, we're using Rotom Wash, not Heat, because we have the Incineroar already. So let's use the Wash to counter the Heat. Honestly, because I'm tired of seeing Heat. Let's try to put out the fire there. And we have the Mamoswine here, just so we have a way of dealing with Thundurus. Thundurus has been very irritating. So Mamoswine does allow us to deal with Thundurus, allows us to deal with Alecki, and allows us to deal with even Incineroar because we have Oblivious on it. We have the Focus Sash just because I don't want to get a one-shot by anything. So that's my thought process there. Anyway, that's the team. That's the Latias team. Let's go ahead and bring it onto the ladder to see how it does on the ladder. Really quick, if you guys haven't already, hit the like button down below. Greatly appreciate if you would do so. And if you haven't already subscribed, I got a way to convince you guys. Starting Thursday, we're gonna use Drifblim for 4 days. We're gonna use Drifblim for 4 days. We're gonna call this Balloon Week. Balloon Week is gonna comprise of a Drifblim followed by every single Tapu on a different team every single day of those 4 days of that long weekend. So there's a reason to subscribe. You don't want to miss Balloon Week. Anyway, let's get on to these battles. What am I looking at? That is a regular Articuno with a Dragonite and a Comfy. So my only assumption is that the Comfy is either going to break a Dragonite weakness policy or break a Rotom weakness policy with Giga Drain and or Draining Kiss, which would be interesting. I don't quite know what the Articuno is doing on this team. We're going to be entirely honest, but what I do know is Metagross is the key to victory. So we're going to go ahead and go with the strat. We're going to go with the Latias and the Metagross lead. He has no Ghost types on his team, no Dark types on his team. This is a nice place to be right now. Anyway, let's go with, I guess for the rest of the team, like, we really have nothing. We have no reason not to bring Mamoswine. We have Ice moves to deal with his Ice weaknesses, and then the Ground moves to deal with the Heat Ran. We also have to be a little bit cautious because Cresselia does carry Levitate and so does Rotom, so we can't just go firing off our ground moves all willy-nilly. And I guess let's top it off with a little bit of Amoonguss is a little risky. I mean, then again, so is Incineroar. They're all really risky if we're going to be entirely honest. But I think the Amoonguss is our better play. But then we get walled by Heat Ran. No, let's do Rotom. That way, we have another way to hit the Heat Ran. We have a way to hit the Articuno. My only hope is that there's no freeze draw on that Articuno, because then my Rotom won't be in trouble. Oh, I haven't seen that Wailord background. It's so long. But actually, I haven't seen that one in particular. Usually, you just have a bunch of people jumping off the Wailord, but that's the first one that I see. It's just standing on the Wailord's head. Dragonite Comfy. Okay, so we can guess it's going to Draining Kiss into itself. But here's the thing. I think we still win this 1v1. Right? Oh no, because it's flying. We might have to Tailwind this. We could Bulldoze Breaker Weakness Policy, but I think then he gets the hit off. Yeah, we have to Tailwind this. Because this is still 4 times effective Hailstorm. And if he does have multi-scale for some odd reason, he's going to break it with his own Draining Kiss, so. But usually when they go with this weakness policy thing, they just don't run multi-scale because the inner focus just becomes so much better since you're breaking your own multi-scale immediately anyway. So let's see how this goes. We'll set up Tailwind because we outspeed everything here. My biggest concern here is if this Comfy decides to do Trick Room, predicting the Tailwind on the Latias. I don't know how common or obvious that is, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, they did get it this generation, right? I think they did. I mean, at least I know that Latias and Latias with Tailwind weren't common in previous generations at all. It's kind of is like a new thing, so hopefully my opponent isn't aware of it. Anyway, Ally Switch is going to ruin our lives, but at least he doesn't break his own weakness policy here, which is nice. He will get a free hit off on the Latias, though. But at least we got the Tailwind up at the very least, right? Ally Switch turn 1. There's actually a lot of controversy on Twitter about Ally Switch today, so it's kind of funny that we're seeing an Ally Switch turn 1 here. That might be a good like topic for a podcast even. The Ally Switch episode. We're gonna die. Bye, Latias. We got Tailwind up. We didn't break a weakness policy though. Okay. Let's do something here. Let's go in with Mamoswine. And since we're in Tailwind, we're gonna do this cool thing. We're gonna do this cool thing called split our targets, right? We are going to go for the Icicle Crash on the Dragonite, since I think that is more damage output than the Metagross is putting out right now. And then we're gonna go for the Hailstorm onto the Comfy. Actually, yeah, that should be fine. Hailstorm should take out the Comfy at that health. We're going to split our targets, so no matter what, they're getting hit with an Ice-type move. Why would you Flooring Healing yourself? Multi-scale. It is multi-scale. Why are you multi-scale with, like, Draining Kiss? Dude, I don't even know what to say. It's such a weird decision to make, but hey, it just ruined me. We are getting rid of Comfy here. Oh, that was a play. I can't even be mad at that. Wow. He's gonna Quake. Goodbye, Metagross, maybe? Nope. Still in this, boys. We're still in this. Thanks for the weakness policy, Tom. Thank you so much for that weakness policy. Get the special defense up. Doesn't really matter. Now, we're staying in Tailwind. The Dragonite has not gone for a single Airstream yet. We have very limited turns of Hail left. But we can go for whatever comes in here and double KO. This should be a double KO turn. Theoretically. Rotom. That's going to be hard to double KO, but it's worth a shot. Let's Icicle Crash Dragonite. And let's go for, I guess, the Steel Spike is the highest damage output on this Rotom. It's really all we can do. We could double down on the Dragonite. But why would we do that, right? Yeah, let's go for the Steel Spike on the Rotom. It is resisted, but... Oh. Honestly, I think the Dragonite doesn't want to take the Steel Spike anyway. It's a +2 Steel Spike. So I'm happy that we swapped our targets at least. Why does this man have Ally Switch on everything? Can we talk about that? His Ally Switch on every Pokemon. Anyway, Steel Spike into the Dragonite. That should still KO, right? Good. All right, nice. So we actually, honestly, that Ally Switch helped us. Because I was really worried about a Rotom burn onto my Mamo. Because that would have really set me back for the rest of this game. But hey, we still got one more turn with Metagross, which is amazing. Honestly, the Rotom could have probably honestly just T-bolted Metagross and knocked me out. So it is nice we get to keep our Dynamax for one more turn. And Articuno is the last Pokemon. Okay, we have something to Steel Spike again. Oh, that was the last turn of Dynamax. We still have Iron Head. I think what we do here is we swap our targets again. Yeah, we'll go for Rotom, Icicle Crash. That way we can still get a neutral Icicle Crash onto the Articuno, and then we'll go for an Iron Head. Oh, I messed up. I doubled down on the Rotom. Hopefully that doesn't screw me over. If I'm really lucky, what they're gonna do is Ally Switch. Dang it. I kind of wasted my last turn of Tailwind there, because this Rotom's gonna have... It's gonna live this attack. Especially after the Citrus. It doesn't seem too defensive though. That iron Icicle Crash still did a lot of damage, but anyway, we got the double flinch. Not even bad. Steel Wing onto Mamoswine. That won't be doing it, but the bad news here is I think our Tailwind ends now, and our Metagross is only 8 HP. Yeah, there's the Tailwind petering, and they just broke my my Focus Sash there. I think what we do now is commit to the Rotom KO because I think our last Pokemon is Rotom. So we can actually 1v1 that Articuno theoretically. Now let's go for the Iron Head on the Articuno just in case he doesn't feel like attacking us. Goes for the Hydro. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. It might even KO. It KOs. That is so bad. Oh, we outspeed Articuno? I thought I lost that for a second until we just outsped Articuno. And we're living this turn, boys. Not even bad. Okay, not even bad. We're still in this. So right now we have no reason not to double in. We could protect to preserve a Metagross for one more turn, but it doesn't make a difference. All we're going to do is T-Bolt. All we're going to do is Iron Head, and that should be game no matter what happens. Okay, I did not expect Metagross to outspeed. Electro Web is going to slow us down and take out our Metagross, but the Rotom T-Bolt should still be enough. Wow. I guess that's like a tanky Articuno or something. Because I don't have a lot of speed investment on this Metagross. I have more HP than speed investment. At least I think I do. I hope I'm thinking about the same Metagross, because I've had a lot of teams with Metagross this week. But anyway, we're going to take that victory. Good news, guys. Latias can beat Articuno. Latias can beat Kanto Articuno. I'm gonna put that on a plaque somewhere. That's a title right there. Oh, Benji's team. Okay. This team is very good. The Nut team is very good. We recognize that. Can we break through it though? I think it's possible. As long as they don't bring Urshifu. Because Urshifu deals with so many Pokemon on my team. What's the way through Urshifu? Because we just have to assume he leads with Urshifu, right? I think the way through Urshifu is Ensign. Ensign Among Us. Fake out Sleep It? Like, what else can we do? Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad thing. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, we really have to worry about the Kartana then. But if Kartana's going to switch into an Ensign, then we're forcing a Kartana to switch on an Ensign. But then I think we top it off with the Metagross and Latias in the back. We'll see how that goes. Metagross is still win con. And I'm bringing a lot of support mons along with the Metagross, so we really have to pivot well this game. And we have to also hope that they don't lead with a Thundurus. But I do think this is just a Clefairy and an Urshifu lead. If they lead with Thundurus, we kind of lose. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We're just making the prediction that they won't do it. Because Thundurus doesn't really do well against my team. Like, Thundurus I could tolerate. The only thing that Thundurus does is speed up his side of the field. But Clefairy can also just redirect, so. Okay, cool. No Thundurus lead like we predicted. Amazing. In fact, this is a pretty good lead for us. Not for, like, you know, the Among Us, but for the Instant, absolutely. So I think what we do here is we take the opportunity to parting shot the Rotom spot and then back out into Latias. I like that plan. I like that plan a lot because it gets our Instant out of here, gets our Among Us out of here. We don't do damage this turn, but I don't think our opponent at -1 is going to be doing much. Actually, they're going to Dynamax. This is going to be the Kartana or the Rotom. I parting shot on the Rotom because I predict an incoming. Oh! Okay, I am glad I parting shot on the Rotom then. I wonder what movie he's gonna be going for. He really wanted to KO that Amoonguss, I guess. The fact that he's Dynamax and Rotom means he did Nasty Plot and he can't Nasty Plot. Oh, he was doubling into that Amoonguss slot. Oh, jeez, my dude. My guy hates Amoonguss, but Latias taking it like a champ. Okay. We're sitting in a great position here. It is a little bad that they set up the sun and my Metagross can't really touch this Rotom. That is my first concern. And I only have fire weaknesses in the back, huh? What is my play here? What condition? What win con am I playing to? An Amoonguss Protect? Or Metagross Protect first turn, right? Yeah, Metagross Protect first turn, get flared, and then Dynamax next turn with Weakness Policy up already. Maybe set up Tailwind next turn as well. What I'm doing this turn though, yeah, I think just Hard Protect. Is this run going to do way too much damage even through Protect in the sun? It could, right? I could just guard. I'm going to guard. And then I'm going to take the opportunity to Mystical Fire the Kartana. In the sun, that should be enough to take it out, right? And I know it's a Assault Vest the Kartana, but this is 4 times effective still, and it's still in the sun. And it still has like 30 special defense. I don't actually know if Benji's Kartana is like the stupid defensive set with like a bunch of special defense. But we're about to find out. Anyway, I think the Metagross is way too juicy not for him not to max flare it. And we should be outspeeding with Latias. We should be outspeeding everything on the field with Latias. Kind of didn't need the Tailwind though. But it's okay. Let's just go for the KO. Amazing. Amazing. Didn't even expect Mystical Fire, which is amazing. If you guys are wondering why I have Mystical Fire, I was literally going for the most supportive Latias set I could possibly do. And he just lightninged into the Metagross spot. So far, so good. Now, here's the question. That means he's not confident he can KO me. Which is good. I want him to have that sense of fear into Fairy. I'm kind of cool just going for the Steel Spike at the Fairy, if I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of cool doing that. We could Ally Switch this. We could Bulldoze this. We could Tailwind for the future. He's going to give us Weakness Policy, so let's just Tailwind this, right? He's going to end up giving it to us eventually. Let's have it be next turn. Gonna Helping Hand boost. Okay, he's going for the KO. So it's actually very good that we went for the Tailwind here. Because at least we get one good hit off on this Clefairy before we lose our Dynamax. Wait, he is also still -1 though. And we do get rid of the Clefairy. So the Tailwind was super necessary. Like I said before though, the rest of my team is support mon, so we're going to have a very hard time breaking through the Rotom eventually. Well, it's possible. Max Flare now into my dude predicting the Ally Switch can't even take out the Latias. Okay, so he's a little bit familiar with Latias then, right? I mean, they could be searching up on Pikalytics, see what the popular Latias sets are, I guess. But that looks like he's familiar. Interesting. You've piqued my attention, sir. What is that Urshifu Benji set? Is it Choice Banded or is it Focus Sash Protect? I don't remember. So I think let's just try to play to our win cons. Let's go for the Max Hailstorm onto the Urshi to get rid of the Sun, and also Bulldoze this to get rid of any potential sashes. Battle was canceled. We took out the Benji team with Latias and Metagross. That's honestly fantastic. My opponent did make some questionable plays, but hey, you made predictions. You put up the consequences. Next battle. Tiggersby though? Okay. Is this the infamous, you know, like Thundurus Diggersby combination? I mean, I've never heard of it, but hey, let's not make the same mistake as last time and bring all of our fire weaknesses to the same battle against the Rotom Heat. Because we definitely do got a bunch of them. Here's what we could do. Because the threat of that Urshifu is still very, very large. It's very at large. Let's go with Instant. No, because I think this is actually... They actually want to bring Thundurus this game. I feel like this is a Thundurus game for them. So, let's scratch that. If they're going Thundurus, let's go Rotom. Rotom kind of walls Thundurus very well. In fact, we go Rotom Mammo. That honestly deals with pretty much their whole team, except for that Urshifu. We can bring in the Amoonguss maybe, but it wouldn't help us too much. I think, honestly, in the back should be Metagross and Latias. We'll go with the late game Metagross Latias like we did last time. We are still bringing 2 fire weaknesses, but we are bringing resistances to them as well. At least we have 2 resistances for our 2 fire weaknesses, so we have 2 swap-ins if we need to. So that's good at least. It's not like the same mistake as last time. But let's see what Diggersby wants to do. I mean, I'm a little bit terrified, but at the same time, Thundurus Diggersby. At least my team preview skills are still there. I still have an understanding of team preview. Here's the thing, though. What do I do against this? Because Diggersby's a threat, but who does he go for here? And who do I target here? Do I target... Like, part of me wants to just Dynamax my Mamoswine here. And then protect so that the Diggersby doesn't max strike me. I do feel like that's what's going to happen, though, right? The Diggersby is going to max strike me. Max strike my Rotom, even. And then lower my speed. I could swap. But I don't think I have time to. So I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump onto Diggersby. And then go for the Icicle Crash onto Thundurus. And hope that I don't get punished for this. They're definitely Dynamaxing, right? The Cherish Ball. Okay, so that has to be the Thundurus. Because I don't think there's ever been a Event Diggersby. Alright, so that's a big old Thundurus. Which is good news. Because I was really worried about the huge power Diggersby, but now I don't have to worry about that anymore. He's going to Airstream. Probably my Mammo. It's going to take me down to 41 HP. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. Does he double in the Mammo here? EQ. Yep, he does. I wish I nasty plotted there. But I guess I can't be too salty about it. Because I still get the KO, I think. Yeah, okay, good. I still get the KO. We traded Sidemons. We traded ground types, essentially. Mine was a lot better than his. But anyway, let's, since he's setting up Airstreams and stuff, we could just go and set up Tailwind. Which was it would help us a lot in the future of the games. I don't want to lower the stats either, for obvious reasons. Oh, he can match my Tailwind though. Ugh. Gross. He can match my Tailwind while also buffing his speed. I'm gonna Dynamax Max Lightning the Suicune here. Just because I feel like I have to. I feel like I've been put in that position. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. Let's nasty plot an ally switch. Because, like, what else can we do here, right? We could Tailwind, but he's just going to keep Airstreaming. But he could also Max Lightning. Nah, screw it, we Tailwind. We're not going to be dirty. We're not going to be that dirty yet. My opponent has given us no reason to be that dirty yet. He's just going to keep Airstreaming here. The Latias should be able to take at least one. And at least with the Tailwind, we will match his +2 speed. The Suicune will be outspeeding us, though. Oh, no. Okay, good. Good. It's not a very speedy Suicune. So we actually do outspeed the Suicune. We will be able to get the nasty plot off. Okay, now I really want to Dynamax Rotom. I got a +2 Rotom right about now. And 2 things that are not resisted. Okay, I got a +1 Rotom right now. Maybe I don't need a Dynamax. Ugh, because he's just going to keep lowering our stats. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to T-ball to the Suicune, followed by... Maybe this is the turn. Yeah, this is the turn to Ally Switch, I think. We're going to Ally Switch just because we don't really have another move to do here. We kind of just want to stall out the last turn of this guy's Dynamax so that we can Dynamax late game with our Metagross and try to sweep. So Metagross still does have the... Perfect. It's really good. Into the Rotom, we should take this. We should eat it up. And if they KO Rotom, then I'm just able to get the Bulldoze off, which is nice as well. And then there shouldn't be anything that Thundurus can do to Metagross, as long as it's not that weird Lash Out set that I have encountered a couple times, but it is still weird. We live at 11 with Latias. And then he crits my Rotom. Alrighty. We eat up the Citrus. Now, I don't think he KOs my Rotom still. So I do think we should take the opportunity to go for the Suicune. Realistically, what does he do? Probably goes for the Wild Charge on the Latias. I could Heart Swap in a Metagross to take it, which I think I will. Then I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt on the Suicune. Suicunes don't usually carry Protect, especially if there's the Snarl set. So they're probably Tailwind, Snarl, Icy Wind, and Scald. He flies? Okay, that's really good. That's fine by me, dude. That's just one more turn I'm not taking damage. And I'm able to get an easy cleanup on Suicune. You know what? You want to know what the cool thing about Fly is? Cool thing about Fly is I can just Protect next turn. And then nothing happens. Which is kind of the play. And the obvious Fly is gonna... It's not gonna be on the Rotom. I'll tell you that much. Speaking of Rotom, hello. Rotom Heat. My best friend. We're still at neutral because he only went for 2 Snarls. We can go for the Protect here. And then we can just go for the Hydro Pump. Super simple, super easy. There's no need to think too much about this. The Rotom could Protect, but so be it, right? Protect with Metagross. He's gonna fly into... Okay, I guess he was predicting another Ally Switch. Whatever. I mean, anyway, I stopped myself from getting overheated. Nevertheless, this should still knock this out, right? Easy. Easy, easy. Rotom counter. Oh. Rotom counter doing Rotom countery things. That's what we like to see here, folks. Here's what we do. We finally Dynamax. We hit the Dynamax button. We go for the Hailstorm onto Thundurus. And we Nasty Plot again. We prepare ourselves for the late game. We're finally hitting the Dynamax button. I think we successfully stalled out my opponent's Dynamax, right? We knew the win condition was going to be his Thundurus. And thankfully, our team just deals with Thundurus way too well. You got rid of my Mamoswine. You didn't stop my Metagross. And now, if I were my opponent, I would be terrified. Because they're just like, oh no. He didn't Dynamax yet. He's going to be able to clean up my Rotom here. Whatever. I will gladly sack off my Rotom to have like a full HP Metagross. Also, he's not Life Orb, right? So I wonder what he is. Cool. I guess we'll never find out. Nice. We got 3 wins in today's episode. That is not too bad for Latias, right? That is not too bad at all. I will take that. We defeated Nero. We defeated a bunch of other strong Pokemon, including an Articuno. But in all seriousness, like, this team is actually not too bad. There is obviously common weaknesses. And the more you play with the team, the more you get to know them. And a couple of them that I want to point out to you guys. Before I point them out, here's the rental code. Make sure to grab it while it is hot, because it is up for a limited time only. But while you're looking at this rental code, do realize there is common weaknesses in Dark and Ghost. Be cautious of Dragapult. Be cautious of Urshifu. Bring Precaution. Bring Incineroar, because Incineroar will help a lot with those 2 Pokemon. Anyway, that's the team. That's Latias. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. We have a Latios video coming out tomorrow, followed by Balloon Week. So get hyped out for that in the channel. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed yourselves. So you probably enjoyed more videos. And if you haven't liked, go like. Anyway, I'm Calc, this is Pokésports. Join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Go to Pokésports.org. And I will see you tomorrow. Later, guys.